Right behind me is the construction site for the upcoming new launch here in Queenstown. It is called the Penrith. And you all can come to visit the show flat from the 3rd of October. But to me, I'm excited not because this is the first new launch in 7 years for Queenstown, but because I used to stay in the nearby Red Hill, and this is actually the area that I grew up in. I have a lot of childhood memory up to my secondary school days, where I used to come here to visit my friends to play the Nintendo and the Sega Saturn. Do you remember Sega? Alright, so in this video, I'm not just going to talk about the new launch condo, but I want to share with you my childhood memories. And before I continue, I will introduce myself. My name is Dave and I'm an agent from Portnext. Okay, the friend I mentioned just now, right, he used to stay here. But of course, at that time, it wasn't this condo. This is the Commonwealth Tower. The plot of land that the Commonwealth Tower sits on used to be the old HDB block. And my friend's father used to run a provision shop on the ground level, and their house is actually at the 2nd level. So actually it's linked. And because at the time, the Nintendo and the Sega Saturn, I think it's 16-bit or 32-bit, was really out of reach for many families. But since my friend had 2 systems, right, so after school or after the scout meeting, we kept looking for excuses to come to his house to play the games. Until one day he got so frustrated, he told us not to come to his house anymore. Over here is old NTUC. There used to be an NTUC. This plot of land, right, it used to be a cinema. And on top of the cinema, right, there's a bowling alley. And we cannot talk about the olden days of Queenstown without mentioning about the cinemas. The cinemas used to be a standalone building. For example, this building behind me. So there used to be this cinema, former Venus and Golden City Theatre. So this Church of our Savior, right, is actually Jingdu. Okay, this is Jingchen. But of course, we also don't call it Jingchen. I think my father used to call this Kim Xia. But my biggest memory is actually this cinema, the Jingchen, Kim Xia. You know, here the open area, right, is where the box office is, where we buy the tickets. And also, before the show begins, right, everyone was standing outside here, very, very crowded. The other memory I cannot forget is, I think during one of the screening, right, the projector behind, right, actually exploded. So a lot of people were running for their life. At that time, I was about maybe below 10 years old, and someone actually stepped over my head to run for his life. Behind me is the Penrith show flag, and you can come to visit this show flag starting from the 3rd of October. But between the 3rd of October and now, I can send you the floor plan, the estimated pricing. I think the most important is to look at the site plan and then to choose the favorite orientation of your choice. If you want to visit the show flag, you can contact me via my WhatsApp, and I'll host you to a guided show flag tour. And why do I mention that I need to host you to a guided tour in the show flag? Because show flag is not about just coming to visit. If you just walk in to visit, right, then it will be very chaotic, especially for this type of highly anticipated project like the Penrith, right? I can imagine when you step in, then it will be very messy, very chaotic, and then people will tell you that, okay, this is a model, this is the living room, this is the toilet. But I think before you go there, you need to have some knowledge or have some update of the current market situation, and also the projected price growth in the next 2 to 3 years. Yeah, you should arm yourself with some of this basic foundation, basic knowledge, right, before you step into any show flag, not just Penrith. So as far as Penrith, right, I think my job there is done. Then now I just want to tell you something more important. Let's say if you are ready to spend per square foot price of 2006, 2008, or even up to $3,000 PSF, then can I invite you to view some of the freehold that's available currently, starting from 2003, 2006. And then if you want the more atas one, like Orchard Road freehold, right, it's about 2009, 2003, $2,900 to $3,000 per square foot. And also this kind of freehold, right, some of them you can actually start to rent out immediately, or if you want to move in after maybe 2 or 3 months. Basically, you just have to fix some lighting, and then the curtain, you can start to shift in, and also to rent it out. And there's all these freehold that I mentioned, right, are actually cheaper than those 99 years lease limited condo. Why I say limited? Because 99 years there's a lease decay, But I'm not saying that 99 years is no good. Penrith is 99 years. And then the Margaret View is 99 years. They are all doing very well, okay, in terms of rental. But let's say if you are already staying in a HDB or you already own a 99 years condo, then I think why not you take a look at freehold when their price is actually cheaper than or on par with 99 years. Okay, all those are freehold I mentioned are near MRT station. Okay, there are those at the central city fringe, Orchard Road. Orchard Road, about $2 million you can get. And if you don't like all this, then how about Pasir Panjang? I have those freehold that is beside the Hopao Villa. Okay, now I will do the outro, the ending for this video. Again, my name is Dave Koh, and you can reach me via my WhatsApp. Either you text me or call me 8786-5200, 8786-5200, or scan the QR code here. If you want to view the Penrith or you just want to receive the floor plan or the site plan as we discussed just now about choosing the orientation, or if you're interested in those freeholds that I mentioned, then you can contact me. We can just discuss about your property goal for the next 2 to 3 years. I will see you in my next video. Bye bye. This structure, I call it the Block 38. This structure has been here since more than 30 years ago. I remember coming here as a child to buy food together with my parents. And nowadays we hear Singaporean driving all the way to Malaysia for good food, right? But over here, there used to be a store selling popiah. And people from as far as Penang drove here just for the popiah. Very proud. This former hawker center is now beside the newly built hawker center. And this morning, I tried the chicken rice there. Very good, only $5 together with the chicken liver. Okay, if you are free, you can come here and try their chicken rice. And I had the chicken rice for breakfast. Around 9 o'clock, they are already selling chicken rice. This condominium is called Margaret Vale. It used to be HDB. Those are very unique HDB that you don't see nowadays. Alright, downstairs there's a lot of shops, but the shops are with cover and it's an extended network. I remember at the time I was already secondary school. Yeah, like Sec 1 or maybe primary school, primary 8. I used to study primary 8. Last time, if you are not good, right, the government deemed that you're not good, so you study 8 years of primary school. I remember coming here, right, I will hear people playing music of Modern Talking. If you are my age, right, you should know who is Modern Talking. Then the song that they play repeatedly, right, is that was Brother Louis. Brother Louis. You can still hear it. Go and search for it on YouTube. And the other one is the CC Catch, Heartbreak Hotel. Yeah, I remember at the time, because I don't have a powerful stereo system at home, now I have a BMW speaker, okay, very blessed. But at the time, the bass was like out of this world. Wow, like when the bass comes out, right, it feels like your heart is going to pump and jump out of your body. So this is used to be that HDB. As for this bus stop, the original one was also here. I remember around here. So opposite us is the Queenstown Library. It was started in 1970. And I think that this is one of the 1 or 2 structure that has been operating until today, okay, from its original intent. That means this was designed as a library and today is still a library. Some of my more undammed story here to share with you. So I used to come here with my friends, right, but not to borrow books or to study. Okay, we come here to play catching and to play hide and seek. And then of course one fine day we got chased out by the librarian. And I believe that you, my viewers, might have also experienced this before, okay, during your childhood. And for my younger viewers, yes, we have been young before. Okay, doesn't mean that the moment we born now we are so old already. So we have been through our teenage years and we were also mischievous like you. Okay, don't believe, right, you go and ask your parents